It looks like something out of a sci-fi thriller movie. Over the next year, this 16-foot-tall giant spider will loom over St. George's Main Street roundabout. Its head is welded out of recycled license plates, and its body is made of a shiny reflective metal. This piece of art was designed to start conversations, which it does.
I should do a giant spider. That should scare a lot of people. So that's kind of where the inspiration came from.
And it's too big to step on.
Sculptor Matt Clark supervises as his 1,100-pound piece called Origin is lifted and placed into a flower garden in St. George's historic Town Square Park. Clark is one of 24 sculptors who has handcrafted and cast art pieces into various types of finishes, like bronze, metal, plastic, or even alabaster. There is a meaning behind each and every one of them.
So, in my mind, she's the angel of faith. And to me, she represents our need to trust and to have faith that we'll be taken care of and guided and protected as we take those leaps of faith into the unknown.
Over the past 14 years, the Art Around the Corner Foundation has allowed area artists to loan their pieces to be put on display. After they are seen by the public, many of them are sold. Weighing in at around 700 pounds, this is one of last year's pieces, Delbert the Dragon, which is being taken out and replaced by new art.
We're hoping that it can be purchased and donated. We'd love to see him sit next to the Children's Museum over here permanently, but we'll see.
Besides adults, children love to ponder and eventually want to climb all over the artwork, which requires a steady base. The Helix moon is fabricated from steel and is being shined up for little hands and feet.
See something that's bright and colorful, you want to touch it and interact with it, play with it.
Before their pieces were lifted into place, the artists themselves were thanked during a welcoming dinner where they spoke about their sculptures and what inspired them.
The blacksmithing process at hammer and anvil or on great big power hammers sort of demands that.
There's over 75 seeds depicted in that background. There's even 2 desert seeds from here in St. George.
One of the favorites this year seemed to be this Jules Verne display of a pirate ship. Artist Richard Prazen made this intricate sculpture from various objects he found and welded, making moving parts that spin and turn in the wind.
And incorporate gears, twist wire. This is a dragon's head that's made out of that's a pipe fitting. It's an auger out of a meat grinder. And then, you create little huts, cannon ports. And I wanted to make the whole thing so that it could spin. These are propellers that will spin with the wind.
A professor at Salt Lake Community College, Prazen has been sculpting with metal for 12 years now. He teaches his students to use their imaginations, while at the same time creating something people will be curious about and want to look at.
I want people to enjoy it and just feel that whimsical side of life and be able to fantasize about flying through the air on a pirate ship with a zeppelin on top.
This giant Utah raptor made out of scrap metal was created by longtime artist Tim Little, who unfortunately didn't live long enough to see it go on display here. His wife and children were on hand to dedicate its arrival. It's called the Widowmaker because Tim passed away from a heart attack in January.
It has a two-edged sword, a dinosaur. Could be a Widowmaker, but he worked so hard on it. It was his last piece.
Students were also recognized this year and given awards for their special works. The new art pieces are scattered around various locations around the corner. They will all be up for lease or sale after their stay in the city.
And there are private collectors who have purchased art and put it either at their business or in their backyard or given it to a friend.
This year, the city of St. George decided to buy 5 pieces of art already on display and keep them displayed permanently.
To have a diversity of both artists and pieces, sculptures, that we can now keep in our permanent collection. Some will be outside. We might even have a few inside, some of the smaller ones.
Artist Glenn Blakely was also honored for his vision and dedication to grow the art district in St. George. as was Eldine Trueblood, who is retired from sculpting. Most of these artists say they let their piece form itself, so you never know what you will see next.
It's great. St. George really does a fine job on this, supporting the arts.
From Art Around the Corner, Melissa Anderson, CEC News.